Right now this morning, a UWL student faces serious charges in court today. Why police say he admitted the alleged victim wasn't able to consent, and what witnesses heard him say before the incident.
And a chance of morning showers popping into the forecast with some nighttime rainfall as well picking up. More about that in just moments.
A local International Women's Day celebration aims to accelerate action for women's equality. The organizers join us live in studio.
This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Mark Jarrett.
It is Monday, March 3rd. You may think, it's March. You know where this is going. Weather is getting a little more spring-like.
Yeah,
not quite.
Weather's getting spring-like, and just when you think you're getting used to it, we're going to change the time on you as well. So that's what's going to happen as we get into Sunday. But in fact, what I've got going on for you today, snow chances, some shower chances. We'll also be seeing the possibility of some heavier rainfall later on tonight around the 11 o'clock hour going into the overnight with a mix of rain and snow in the forecast, which will extend into Tuesday into Wednesday. This is going to be a weather alert day for both days, Tuesday and Wednesday. Windy conditions coming in. Remember that wind we had last week? 55-mile-per-hour winds with sustained winds getting up to near 40 miles per hour. We've got that coming back again with blowing snow. That will also continue to bring in the possibility of lower visibilities. We'll also see current weather watches in play right now for this wintry mix moving into the forecast here. We could see at least 3 to 6 inches possible as we go starting into Tuesday, going into Wednesday. Then we have more moisture getting pulled up off the Gulf, and that's going to bring more of that moisture back into our area. So when I come back, I'll give you an overview of how this all shakes out and shapes up for the better part of the work week going into midweek. So please stand by.
A UWL student charged with sexual assault heads to court today. 19-year-old Logan Zdanowicz faces 1 count of second-degree sexual assault of an intoxicated victim. The criminal complaint alleges he assaulted a woman in her dorm room after a night of drinking. The victim claims she heard Zdanowicz mention roofie roulette as they walked back to campus. When questioned by police, he admitted the woman was likely not in a state to consent. His preliminary hearing starts at 11 this morning in La Crosse County. An Eau Claire man faces arraignment this afternoon for a homicide case. 52-year-old Shane Helmbrecht is accused of killing his neighbor. Initially found incompetent to stand trial, he was placed in a mental health facility. Helmbrecht later fled from a Toma halfway house and was captured in Mexico. Now deemed competent, he faces first-degree intentional homicide charges. His court appearance is set for 1:30 in Eau Claire County. A former Assumption Catholic school coach will be sentenced today for secretly photographing students. 34-year-old Seth Milkey pleaded guilty in December to 5 counts of capturing intimate representations. 5 additional counts were dismissed as part of a plea deal. Prosecutors say he used a spy camera hidden in the bathroom to record students between 2019 and 2023. He remains free on a $25,000 signature bond. His sentencing is set for 2 p.m. in Wood County. 2 people injured in a structure fire in Chippewa Falls early yesterday. Crews responded just after 5 a.m. to find the second story fully engulfed in flames. 2 people were treated at the scene, 1 taken to the hospital. Damage is estimated at about $150,000. The cause of the fire is under investigation. And nobody was hurt after a shed fire in Coon Valley. Multiple fire departments were called to the fire around 2:45 yesterday. When they arrived, the shed was fully engulfed. The shed and all equipment inside deemed a total loss.
Once we got on scene, I first determined that there was nothing salvageable. So it's just nothing to get excited about, nothing to get hurt over. We just got to put the fire out. So that's what we did.
Fire was started, he says, by cardboard burning in a barrel, catching the grass and on fire and then spreading to the shed. South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster declaring a state of emergency in that state in response to wildfires. The National Weather Service warning of increased fire danger, blaming critically dry vegetation and very low humidity. Turning now to the war in the Middle East. The UN demands Israel reopen Gaza entry points immediately after yesterday's closures. The shutdown followed Saturday's expiration of the first phase of the Israel-Hamas ceasefire. Hamas rejects the U.S.-backed extension and demands moving to phase 2. Israeli officials insist no ceasefire will continue without more hostage releases. Leaders of European countries rallied around Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky after his contentious stop in the U.S. last week. They say they have to do the heavy lifting to bring about an end to the 3-year-long war between Russia and Ukraine, but maintain there must be strong backing from the U.S. CBS News' Derek Waller reports.
More fallout after Friday's Oval Office clash between President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right.
The blow-up left a deal to give the U.S. partial access to Ukraine's minerals unsigned.
It is impossible to have an economic deal without a peace deal.
Across the Atlantic in London, more than a dozen leaders from Europe and Canada met with Zelensky for an emergency summit. Afterwards, United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer said the group is working on a Russia-Ukraine peace deal to present to President Trump.
Europe must do the heavy lifting, but to support peace in our continent and to succeed, this effort must have strong U.S. backing.
While in London, Zelensky told reporters he believes he can salvage his relationship with President Trump. Meanwhile, multiple U.S. officials tell CBS News Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has directed U.S. Cyber Command to pause planning against Russia, including offensive digital actions. The duration and reason for the pause are unclear as the president pushes for a peace deal.
Tomorrow night, the president will lay out his agenda in a speech before a joint session of Congress. It comes as the president's tariffs of 25% are set to kick in on imports from Canada and Mexico, with an extra 10% on goods from China. We'll have more on those tariffs coming up in your consumer news. In Madison, protesters gathered in support of Ukraine, people chanting, marching, and holding up signs showing their solidarity with Ukraine's leader, Volodymyr Zelensky. The protesters who marched in Wisconsin's state capital said standing with Ukraine means defending democracy on a global scale.
I think the United States needs Ukraine, and Americans need Ukraine. I think Ukrainians show us what our country has been and can be again.
This was just one of many pro-Ukraine protests across the country over the weekend. Lawmakers in Washington working on a new budget proposal to slash taxes, but some groups in Minnesota warned that could lead to major budget cuts for services used across the state, including the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP. Marielle Moe spoke with one advocate about why she fears, if passed, programs like SNAP could also see major cuts and how that could have devastating consequences on Minnesota families.
We've seen food insecurity rates skyrocket in the last 4 years. We're at an all-time high right now.
Second Harvest Heartland CEO Allison Toole says she fears the impacts of potential SNAP cuts during the budget talks in Washington.
We are in a hunger crisis already. If these proposals are enacted, it will be catastrophic.
Her concerns are echoed by a new study from the Food Research and Action Center.
SNAP stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, and here in Minnesota, over 450,000 people rely on these benefits. In Minnesota households relying on SNAP benefits, 45% have children in them, 49% have a person with a disability, and 35% have older adults. And over 10,000 veterans rely on SNAP benefits.
1 in 5 Minnesotans are food insecure. 1 in 5 of us. We're in a state of 5 million people. That's people all around us.
To do her part, O'Toole is flying to Washington, D.C. this week to meet with Minnesota U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar and the Agricultural Committee to advocate for hunger relief policies. While cuts are not official yet, she hopes people will give money, food donations, or service hours to Minnesota food shelves right now to prepare for what's a possibility.
This is a solvable issue. And if there's one state that can do it, it is ours. And we just need everyone to join forces to make sure we can do it.
Packers fans, you'll have to dig deeper into your wallets next season. The team announcing regular season tickets will increase between $7 and $21 per game, depending on seating location. This marks the 15th price hike in 16 seasons for Green Bay. The Packers are also cracking down on resellers, announcing they won't renew season tickets for accounts that have sold all of their regular season tickets in recent years. Western Technical College waiving application fees this month. The school is dropping its standard $30 application fee throughout March as part of a special application drive. Western is also hosting several events to showcase different programs. The first event is next Monday at the college's Tomah location. Later today, the La Crosse Area Chamber of Commerce celebrates local achievements. The annual meeting, sponsored by News 8 Now, will honor community members' dedication to the area. Paul Mueller will receive the Community Impact Award for his leadership, and Deb Stengel will be honored as Volunteer of the Year.
If I can help other people, then it's more or as meaningful to me as a successful business.
My name is on the award, but to me, it represents so many other people to whom I'm very grateful for having the opportunity to work and live in La Crosse.
The meeting starts at 5:30 at the La Crosse Center. The time now is 6:10. Still ahead on your morning news, the U.S. trade deficit jumped 26% in January. Forever 21 shutting down its corporate office, and Barbie releases a doll for Alicia Keys. And the president will impose more tariffs tonight, making investors worried about inflation. We'll take a closer look ahead. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Today is National Cold Cuts Day. Perfect excuse to make that sandwich for lunch, maybe breakfast. It's a day to celebrate all those deli meats that make our lunches complete. Whether you prefer your cold cuts thin or thick, paired with cheese or on crackers, today is the day to enjoy them. And as you start to wake up, leaving you with a quick wake-up call with the city where the first balloon flight was held. That is Baltimore, Maryland. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is coming up.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Around here, neighbors come together to make each other better. We're taking the same approach with healthcare. Gunderson Health System and Bellin Health have come together to form Amplify Health, giving you more of what's important in healthcare. More caring, more listening, more to feel good about on your way to feeling better. Overall, just a little more heart. Amplify Health by Gunderson. A little empathy changes everything.
These are real people seeking solutions to real pain.
I have plantar fasciitis.
My feet, my knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports. Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm not feeling any pain. My heel, that's where I always feel it.
Pressure off your knees?
Yeah, actually. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
Protect yourself from the harsh sun with Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens from Asher Lasting Exteriors. With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Use promo code 15 and receive up to 20% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Connect with the Asher team today and request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com or call us at 888-GO-ASHER.
The camper. It has been a reliable companion for your family's good times. But after years of use, it is showing some wear and tear. A broken window from an errant baseball, a couch that your dog allegedly chewed on, and an AC unit that doesn't work like it should. It's time to call Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. We have been improving your family's camper since 1970. Call us today and we will make your camper feel brand new. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
The fact that Brad Schimmel supports the 1849 law terrifies me. When I was pregnant, I had complications, but because of the ban, doctors couldn't help me. Brad Schimmel has no idea what it's like to lay in a hospital bed, pregnant and dying. The 1849 law that Brad Schimmel supports almost killed me. Brad Schimmel is too extreme for the Supreme Court.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
All right, getting into your local forecast, this is what I've got going on for you. We've got this moisture that's going to start to gradually increase across the United States here, starting from the west, working its way up across, getting into the central states, and then eventually working its way all the way up into our area. And that's where the big bulk of that moisture is going to be tracking out to the northeast, and eventually that's going to get pretty big. In fact, we'll hold on to right now increasing clouds as we go through the morning hours. As eventually we'll get into the afternoon, you'll see this big batch of rainfall coming in, and you'll start to see it starting to develop. You've got warmer air out here, so the warmer air is going to continue to track out to the northeast, but the colder air is going to continue to increase in size and scope. And as that happens, you can see the rainfall associated with here becomes heavy at times, or let's should say light to moderate rainfall, but the snow itself is going to start to take over, and it's going to undercut all of this rainfall. We'll see more of that, more snow aloft, which is going to turn into more snow falling to the ground. And eventually, as this happens, it kicks out, getting into some really strong winds associated with that too, with the pressure between low pressure and high pressure in close proximity. Those winds will be getting up to at least 55 miles per hour gusting, and then continuing on with more snow possibly coming back again as we get ready for Friday. For now, though, what's happening, we've got a little bit of snow that kind of brushed the southern portion of our state. Eventually getting into current temperatures, we're looking at 30 in Winona, 29 in La Crosse, 29 in Eau Claire right now. Feels like it's 29 in Eau Claire, but it feels like it's 23 in La Crosse. When I come back, I'll give you a better look to see who's going to get what as far as snow is concerned, so please stick around.
In your consumer news, the U.S. trade deficit hits a record $153 billion in January. The Commerce Department reports imports jumped by nearly $35 billion to over $325 billion. Industrial goods imports led the 26% increase. This record deficit comes just before President Trump's latest round of tariffs on China take effect and ahead of potential additional trade measures. Fashion retailer Forever 21 set to lay off more than 350 workers at its corporate office, which it also plans to shut down. The job cuts come as store closures have been reported in multiple states. It all comes as Forever 21 faces financial difficulties while it tries to compete with Chinese online discount retailers Shein and Temu. Singer Alicia Keys, meanwhile, getting her own Barbie doll. Mattel has made a doll in Keys' likeness as part of its 2025 Career of the Year Women in Music, featuring Keys and her recording engineer. Proceeds will benefit the She Is the Music nonprofit. Many mainstream economists say the cost of cars and groceries could go up even more soon. That is due to more new tariffs Trump will impose tonight. He says they're partly a negotiation tactic to stem the flow of fentanyl into the U.S. and increase border security. But investors are worried about inflation. Amy Kiley reports.
There are going to be tariffs on Tuesday on Mexico and Canada.
The Commerce Secretary confirms new tariffs are on track to begin around midnight Eastern time tonight. He says a 10% hike on Chinese imports is on the table, on top of last month's increase. Executive orders also call for tariffs on most Canadian and all Mexican goods worth more than $800. The Secretary says the percentage of those duties is unclear. He says the president believes America's neighbors are making progress on border security.
He's sort of thinking about right now how exactly he wants to play it with Mexico and Canada, and that is a fluid situation.
U.S. companies are the ones that have to pay the tariffs. The Trump administration downplays how much of that cost they'd pass on to consumers. Many economists say the proposed tariffs could increase prices for goods like shoes, electronics, groceries, and especially vehicles.
If you can buy one before Tuesday, before the tariffs come in and we either shut down or become more expensive, you should go and do it.
Another concern is that Mexico, China, and Canada could impose retaliatory measures.
We will have a strong, unequivocal, and proportional response as Canadians expect.
But some analysts say the new tariffs could be good for the U.S. in the end. The Trump administration says they're leverage.
And the key would be no tariffs. But to get there, there's a negotiation. He's starting that negotiation.
That was a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got a look at our forecast.
Okay, as we get into your local forecast here, we're getting some showers possibly coming in as we get into the morning hours before the noon hour. Then we'll increase the showers as we get into later on tonight around the 11 o'clock hour, overnight going into tomorrow. Mix of rain and snow comes in Tuesday all the way through Wednesday. We also see the winds kicking up as well Tuesday night into Wednesday. Those both days are going to be weather alert days for us, so please prepare yourself for that as we get into the next couple of days. First, we start off with a weather watch that's in play for Tuesday and Wednesday. 3 to 6 inches possible for snow getting into your forecast. Then we have the increase of moisture that's going to work its way across the United States. You're seeing this build right here that's going to start off working its way getting into our area eventually. We'll hold on to a little bit of mix and rain and snow kind of from brushing the southern tier of our area, and in fact it went down to the south and it's up and out of here. But we're going to be seeing the increase of moisture coming in the form of precipitation, rainfall. Then we get about 100% chance of snow, I should say, and rainfall coming in for tomorrow and Wednesday. We'll do the same here as we get into it here. This is a look at the snow. Start off with a little bit of light snow possibly later on tonight getting into the overnight hours, but it's mainly getting into Tuesday and Wednesday with 100% chance. As I mentioned before, you can see the rain and snow kind of working its way northward getting into our area. Eventually, as it does, it's going to track more of that snow and rainfall into it. In fact, the snow is going to supersede the rainfall, overtake it, and really push in and kind of move that rain and snow out of the area eventually, slowly but surely, with that area of low pressure. What we're expecting out of this as we go through the next couple of days here. Tuesday, we're picking up some good looking rainfall, possibly picking that up going into Thursday as well. You can see that continue on. We'll hold on to the highs for Monday today, though, 46 to about 58 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. We'll increase the clouds as we roll along with moisture up to the north first. Then we'll see a break coming in for more rainfall coming in around the 11 o'clock hour going to the overnight hours. There's the rainfall. Most of it is out to the east a bit, but then we'll see more of that snow coming back again. That's the leading edge of that, with more of that snow coming back with the rain light to moderate coming into Tuesday. That continues on where the snow is going to overtake this system as it undercuts with that area of low pressure circulating. It's going to pull that snow underneath it, and then that snow is going to eventually take over that rainfall and then continues to work over the region, and eventually you're going to see that continue on bringing more snow to our area. That being said, this is what I've got going on for you. We're going to go into temperatures today, holding on to 56 degrees, 50 tomorrow with the weather alert day, going into Wednesday with 36 degrees, much colder. We'll see more 30s going into Thursday and Friday with more snow and rainfall coming into the forecast. We'll also see Saturday with a break getting into partly to mostly sunny skies. And of course, Sunday, we're going to turn those clocks forward as we get into our weekend and beyond. Be safe out there. Have a great day.
Thank you, Art. Coming up, Hollywood's biggest night delivers some surprise winners last night. Find out which indie film dominated with 5 Oscars and how the ceremony paid tribute to wildfire-ravaged Los Angeles.
Coming up in sports, the Badgers in a battle on the road against Michigan State, and hear from head coach Greg Gard and his thoughts after the game. That coming up in the Morning Blitz.
Don't miss Home's preferred customer event. Get up to an extra 10% off sale prices or pay no interest for 3 years on your favorite furniture brands in bedroom, dining room, living room, and mattresses. Hurry in. The preferred customer event, only at Home Furniture.
Attention business owners. Start 2025 confidently with Your Choice Roofing, your trusted partner for commercial roofing solutions. Our expert craftsmanship and premium materials ensure a roof that stands the test of time. Don't wait. Our schedule is filling up fast. Get ahead of the rush and secure your spot now to protect your building and your bottom line. Visit yourchoiceroofing.com today to get started.
Stella-Jones Corporation in Bangor has immediate openings and wants you to apply. They say this job takes grit, attention to detail, and ability to work as a team. Stella-Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
T-Mobile is very reliable.
It's always nice to know that T-Mobile has us covered.
I love the fact that my family and I, we can stay connected just about anywhere we want to go.
My network is my lifeline.
And after investing billions to light up our network from big cities to small towns, T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. See for yourself. Right now, get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $25 per line when you switch.
Cracks in brick, cracks in block, sticking windows or doors. Settling or sinking foundation, it's a fact. Foundation problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call American Waterworks.
It's the preferred customer event at Home Sleep Express. Get up to 10% off sale prices or pay no interest for 3 years on Luxuria and Thomas Cole Sleep. Get this Aurora Queen or this Jewel Pillow Top Queen, your choice, for just $8.99. The preferred customer event, now at Home Sleep Express.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz. The Badgers were in some big-time basketball action yesterday afternoon. Number 11 Wisconsin on the road taking on number 8 Michigan State. It's already a tough game for the Badgers, and to make matters worse, they were without starting guard Max Klesmit. Wisconsin came into the game at 22-6 on the season. Michigan State 23-5. Just seconds into the game, the Badgers start hot. John Tonje for 3 knocks it down. Badgers lead. Then just before the break, John Blackwell drives, spins, gets the fadeaway to fall. Wisconsin up by 2 going into the half. But the Spartans would heat up in the second. Frankie Fiddler smooth with the reverse layup. Michigan State goes up 3. Then under 9 to go, Jace Richardson feed inside to Carson Cooper. He throws it down. Spartans up 8, but the Badgers would claw their way back. Kamari McGee, the pass over to Nolan Winters, catch and shoot 3. Wisconsin down just 1. However, Michigan State would fend off the comeback as Cooper throws down another highlight dunk, and Michigan State runs away with it 71-62 the final.
A lot for us to learn from. You know, we go 5 for 32 from 3. I thought we had some really good looks, some open looks from the right guys. You know, some of that's Michigan State's defense. They've, you know, have defended well for the vast majority of the year. So, but even with 5 for 32, I thought we were in position. And then the turnovers and a couple untimely offensive rebounds on their end.
The Badgers shot just 15.6% from 3 and got out-rebounded by 11, and yet they were in that game late down the stretch. That marks Wisconsin's second loss in the last 3 games, and now with just 2 games left in the regular season, the Badgers need a couple of wins to hold on to that double bye in the Big Ten tournament. Up next, on the road at Minnesota on Wednesday, before ending the season at home against Penn State on March 8th. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Working with Maxwell White was amazing. They were professional, answered all of my questions.
I give Maxwell White my highest possible recommendation. Maxwell White did a fabulous job on our shower install.
5-star plumbing service done right.
Dreaming of a career but worried about time and cost? At CVTC, we make it easy. With low tuition costs and a wide variety of programs to choose from, we'll get you job ready in just 1 to 2 years. You'll graduate with minimal debt and find a career you love with competitive starting salaries. Dive into your future today with affordable, fast, and rewarding programs at CVTC. Visit cvtc.edu to learn more.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet Spring Workwear event is going on now, and we have a great selection of quality workwear styles at unbeatable prices. New at Blaine's, men's brunch workwear apparel 25% off. 30% off men's work and sport pocket tees, $10.49. Save $10 on Ariat Rebar Made Tough pants. Plus, earn $30 in Carhartt bucks when you spend $125 on Carhartt gear. We've got the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
Pischke Motors has been family-owned and operated since 1920 and have you to thank for our continued success. Stop by our dealership in West Salem or La Crosse to find the Ram you're looking for. Get in a Ram 1500 Laramie or Bighorn today. We've got great deals on new Rams right now. When you find the perfect truck, you'll feel it.
Start your search at Pischke.com and then drive away in your new Ram.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. Moving piles of earth, towing up to 4,000 pounds, cutting millions of blades of grass. We could keep trying to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
I know Brad Schimmel. He has always focused on getting justice for victims of sexual assault. The Sexual Assault Kit Initiative, Brad cleared that backlog. It's a completely false attack on him. His opponents, I think, have to change the narrative to redirect the focus away when she routinely gives light sentences to child predators. That is not what we need on the Supreme Court in Wisconsin.
Have you checked your sump pump lately? After a big rain, basement flooding can significantly damage your home. Stay ahead and dry with a call to Maxwell White. We have standard pumps along with battery backup systems in case you lose power. Prevent future damage. Contact Maxwell White today.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
In your morning medical news, HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says vaccination is a personal choice that protects individuals and communities. His comments come amid that measles outbreak affecting Texas and 8 other states. The CDC reports 164 cases as of last week. Kennedy emphasized vaccines protect both individuals and those unable to be vaccinated for medical reasons. A new study finds extreme heat can make bodies age faster. Researchers found older adults' exposure to extreme heat may accelerate biological aging, the measure of how well the body functions over time. The study found participants living in extremely hot areas like Arizona experienced up to 14 months of additional biological aging than those who live in cooler climates. We are still in the peak of respiratory virus season. The CDC says the number of people seeking health care for these illnesses is high, especially when it comes to the flu, which is causing a substantial number of emergency department visits nationwide. Experts say prioritizing something you do every night can actually help boost your immune system. Mandy Gaither explains how sleep can help protect us from getting sick.
It's been an intense flu season so far. Nationwide, about 27% of tests are coming back positive for the virus, and there's also RSV and COVID-19 to contend with. But getting some good Z's may offer some protection.
Sleep does play a crucial role in supporting and regulating the immune system.
Michelle Drerup with Cleveland Clinic says adequate sleep can actually help the body defend against infection and inflammation. And the key to getting good shut-eye is focusing on sleep hygiene.
So things like making sure you're limiting or avoiding napping during the days and not having caffeine too late or exercising too late. All those things may be important and helpful.
Other ways to promote good sleep: make a habit of going to bed and getting up at the same time every day. Keep your bedroom relaxing, quiet, and at a cool temperature. Turn off electronic devices at least 30 minutes before bed. Avoid large meals and alcohol before bedtime. Drerup says to also only use the bed for sleep and allow time to wind down.
The crux of it for a lot of people is that sleep is a natural process, and we don't want to force it or put a lot of effort into it. That actually makes it harder to fall asleep.
And if you're having persistent sleep problems, Drerup says to see a doctor. There are treatments that can help.
The CDC says there are other benefits of sleep, like lowering your risk of chronic conditions like type 2 diabetes and heart disease. It can also help a person stay at a healthy weight and reduce stress. A bone-chilling good cause returned to La Crosse over the weekend. Saturday was La Crosse's Polar Plunge at Black River Beach. The chilly tradition supports the more than 14,000 athletes of Special Olympics Wisconsin. Brave participants raised funds for the organization before taking the plunge into the icy waters.
We're both education majors. We have experience working as paraprofessionals in school, and we just see such a great thing with this, and we love the Special Olympics and we want to support.
According to the Plunge Lacrosse website, local plungers have raised more than $77,000 for the cause. Couples found their happily ever after planning help at the Lacrosse Center Sunday. Wedding World Lacrosse brought together more than 50 vendors under one roof. Future brides and grooms browsed booths featuring photographers, venues, caterers, and more. The one-stop shopping experience aims to make wedding planning as seamless as possible.
Really great to see all these vendors interacting with people and you know, helping them celebrate and plan and get inspired for what they want their special day to look like.
Wedding World has been helping people in the La Crosse area plan their big day since the early 1970s. Anora was the big winner at the 97th Academy Awards, sweeping all but one of the top categories. Movie fans also were treated to a show that honored the city of Los Angeles in the wake of the devastating fires earlier this year, and tributes to the late music producer Quincy Jones and the James Bond franchise. Danya Backus reports.
Anora, a strip club Cinderella story without a fairy tale ending, was the night's big winner with 5 awards, including Best Picture.
This film was made on the blood, sweat, and tears of incredible indie artists.
Anora's Mikey Madison beat veteran Demi Moore to win her first Oscar for leading actress.
This is a dream come true. I'm probably going to wake up tomorrow.
The Brutalist grabbed 3 Oscars, including Adrian Brody's Best Lead Actor award.
I believe if the past can teach us anything, it's a reminder to not let hate go unchecked.
Rounding out a season of wins, Kieran Culkin and Zoe Saldana took home statues for Best Supporting Actor and Actress.
I have no idea how I got here. I've just been acting my whole life.
I am a proud child of immigrant parents, and I am the first American of Dominican origin to accept an Academy Award, and I know I will not be the last.
There's no place like home.
The Oscars opened with a moving musical tribute to the city of Los Angeles following the devastating wildfires by Wicked stars Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo.
I think of a place where there's love overflowing.
Who then performed Defying Gravity from their blockbuster big screen musical. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Amelia Perez went into the show leading with 13 nominations. It only took home Oscars for Best Original Song and Zoe Saldana's Best Supporting Actress award. Now we'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got a look at our Monday morning commute.
I caught that. Those ladies can sing, man. Wow, that was powerful. All right, we get into it here with your current conditions right now going into Tuesday and Wednesday. And I know that's kind of odd to say, but they're preparing you for this. 3 to 6 inches possible of snow working into the forecast, or at least a wintry mix getting into your forecast of that happening. We'll also be seeing the possibility of, again, conditions to be changing over the next few days. First, we start off with a little bit of light rainfall here locally. Then we get into some about 100% chance of rain and snow possibly working in the forecast. You can see the rain here, snows to follow. We'll also catch a little bit of that today, maybe at least getting near an inch possibly as we finish out today, but you're also seeing about 100% chance of this carrying over into Tuesday and Wednesday with weather alert days for both days. A lot of moisture is building up and starting to work up. It's getting over the Gulf, and it will pull some of this moisture right back over to our area, and as it does, it'll increase the moisture in the atmosphere. We'll also find ourselves getting into more of this moisture continuing into your forecast as we get into it. Well, we'll see right now some light moisture finishing out for today, and then eventually more of this moisture will start to move into your forecast, and that's when it starts to track towards us toward the northeast, and of course we'll see all that rainfall I just mentioned. Back to you.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Elsie is turning 98. She loves to cook, bake, and tend to her horses and cows.
Happy birthday to you, Elsie. And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
Coming up, how you can support women in need at tomorrow's International Women's Day event in La Crosse. We're joined by the organizers live in studio.
When an insurance company sees that Bygoff and Rohde is on a case, they know it's not going to be an easy settlement. They know that they're going to have to pay more than what they want to pay. Because at Bygoff and Rohde, that's what we do. We get results.
Attention business owners, start 2025 confidently with Your Choice Roofing, your trusted partner for commercial roofing solutions. Our expert craftsmanship and premium materials ensure a roof that stands the test of time. Don't wait. Our schedule is filling up fast. Get ahead of the rush and secure your spot now to protect your building and your bottom line. Visit yourchoiceroofing.com today to get started.
The fact that Brad Schimmel supports the 1849 law terrifies me. When I was pregnant, I had complications, but because of the ban, doctors couldn't help me. Brad Schimmel has no idea what it's like to lay in a hospital bed, pregnant and dying. The 1849 law that Brad Schimmel supports almost killed me. Brad Schimmel is too extreme for the Supreme Court.
I got tired of saying what, and people were actually saying to me, "You didn't hear that, did you?" I'm like, no, let's just go on. What brought me to Better Hearing Center is that I had enough. My life needed to be easier in some respects, so I decided to come here and see what they could have to offer. Wind chimes outside I didn't realize, just little things I didn't realize I was missing out on that I now can hear. It's changed my life dramatically. I would recommend Better Hearing Center. They're family, and they make you feel like family when you walk in the door.
It's tournament time at Osseo Automotive, and the savings are giant.
And so is the selection.
Get a giant $12,000 off a new Ford F-150 XLT Crew Cab, or $11,000 off a new 2024 Ford Expedition Max XLT, or $7,000 off a new 2024 Ford Escape.
You'll never see anything this big again.
The giant tournament sale is going on now at Osseo Ford, Nelson Gunderson Chevrolet, Fountain City Ford, and Rudy's in Whitehall.
When you hire Bygoff and Rohde to take your personal injury case, you get the collective experience of everyone here at the firm. We make sure we are taking absolutely the best avenue each time, and that's how Bygoff and Rohde gets results for its clients.
Okay, let's get into your forecast here. I'm going to move this out of the way so you can see what I'm talking about. Just 1 second, please. And we'll hold on to that. We'll get that out of the way. You can see what I'm talking about. I finished off with this right here. We're going to see this rainfall starting to move in, pulling moisture off the Gulf. You can see light to moderate rainfall but getting pulled up from there. We'll also see more of this continue to track up to the north. And as it does, it's also grabbing some snow that is coming in off the Rockies. We'll also see this start to develop and start to move with this system. And as it does, it's going to pull more of this rain and snow underneath that, mixing in with that rain and snow. And as we get into it, we'll see more of this snow start to take over the system as snow starts to, rain starts to track a little bit more to the east, and snow continues to pull and push into the area here. And as we get into Thursday, it should be all done. We should be getting up by about 3 to 6 inches of snow in the process of this. Rain and fall is also associated with this. We'll also see a little bit of rain and snow mix today as well. Potential for a light shower before the noon hour and getting to rain and snow later on tonight. As that continues on, we'll see more of this rain and snow mix continuing on. This is just showing you just parts of what this may happen. But as we go right into Wednesday, we'll see all of this rain and snow start to move into the picture. But as I mentioned, we're going to see maybe at least up to 3 to 6 inches of rain and snow in the forecast, some of which will get maybe 2 to 4 inches of snow up to the north. Down to the central portion, we'll probably see at least 1 to 2, maybe even 3 inches of snow. And then down to the south, maybe maybe 1 inch or less in the forecast. We'll gather into this again. We'll see more of this continue to move in with rain up to the north. Then we start off again as we go into the night. We'll see more of that rain snow mix popping up with more snow coming in as that rainfall continues to develop off the Gulf. As it does, more of this rain will coalesce and continue to track a little bit more to the east and northeast. We'll see more snow coming back into the forecast as well. Then they'll both collide as they get a little bit of extra moisture in the atmosphere. We needed to get some moisture to start to get that aloft and create snow. Well, now we've got the rainfall associated with that, light to moderate, and continuing to coalesce together with that rain-snow mix right over La Crosse, extending out to Marshfield as well. Black River Falls, you're in that. Eau Claire, Ladysmith in the snow. Winona, Red Wing as well. Rainfall is down to the south, and as that continues to drag, most of that rain and snow continues to pull right into your forecast. That will continue to push and pull more of that rain again into the area, and as it does, we'll see it end as we finish out going into Wednesday. How about the next 8 days? What I've got going on for you as we finish out this, we'll see more of this continue into your forecast, where you're looking at 50s, 30s, and then 40s come back in the forecast, eventually with drier conditions on the way.
As Women's History Month begins, La Crosse celebrates International Women's Day tomorrow with a global perspective. A special panel will feature speakers from Nepal, Turkey, and Iran. We're joined by a panelist and moderator this morning. Good morning to both of you ladies. Thank you for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for inviting us.
Yes, we're happy to see you. So tell us a little bit about the International Women's Day community celebration. What should we know?
International Women's Day dates back to 1911, so hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
But in our community is only pretty young, so I could say since 2013.
Okay.
And usually this is an event that is not only about a country, an organization, or an individual. It is a global movement. And in our community, we have this collaboration between initially we started with 4 different organizations: American University of Women, then also International Education and Engagement Current, probably International Education Office at UWL before, and then also International Women's Group that we have in La Crosse, as well as the Women's League of, the League of Women's Voters of La Crosse.
Okay.
Now we have also 4 more additional groups that are and organizations who are co-sponsoring the event, and in addition to what we had before, we have also Franciscan Sisters of Perpetual Adoration, Viterbo University. Also, we have the YWCA and the Fund of Women of La Crosse. So that is what we are working collaboratively to have this event.
Yeah.
The event is tomorrow, and it starts from 5 o'clock until 7. Usually, we have this event at UWL, at Student Union, at the Bluffs Ballroom. And it is a free and also free event, free parking. You can park at the Cleary Center, also at the 16th, 17th, and Farwell Street. And usually we have panelists from all over countries. So we do not have a selection process that it will have criteria, but what we really want is committee works hard to from September until the event to select people from different countries, and we do not want to only select several people from maybe even a continent, so we are trying to spread a little bit more. Like this time we have people from Turkey, Nepal, as you said, and also Iran.
Okay, very cool. And Mehtap, you're one of them. You're from Turkey. So tell us a little bit about your journey from Turkey and what lessons you think American women can maybe learn from your culture.
Thanks for inviting us. Also, we want everyone to join us tomorrow, and we want to learn from everyone's experience. So if I little talk about myself, basically I have been working here at UWL since 2019, and I'm in the accountancy department. But before the United States, I worked in 6 different countries.
Wow.
So it was really, I'm lucky to see the women all around the world. So what I want to emphasize that I really got surprised how much we have in common. So we suffer from the same thing and we look from the same thing. So we suffer from partner violence, gender bias, pay inequalities, and also glass ceiling in the organizations. So we also look for the same thing. We look for the happy and healthy family, well-being of the female, and also we want gender equality. So this is really surprising that all around the world, all women suffer from the same thing.
Yeah, we might think there's so much dividing us, but probably not as much as we might think.
So are there any other changes that, or I should say similarities that you can cross?
Basically, if I emphasize specifically like in Turkey or in US,
right.
maybe I will mention about the like a research, a Dutch cultural psychologist. He measured the cultures of the countries in 6 different dimensions. And I don't want to enter all of those, but the most interesting one, when I came to the United States, I realized that if you look at that scale, Hofstede scale, United States individualism is 91 and Turkey is 37.
Wow.
So it means that when a female raises a family, so generally here, based on my experience, again, these are all my personal thoughts, and the research shows that when you raise a kid here, you raise a strong individual. But when I was raised in Turkey, my family always raised me that, yes, you can be a strong woman, but at the same time, giving back to community is important. So we have a communal well-being. I don't think one is good, one is bad. I think that we can learn from each other, so we can be still a strong individual while giving back to society. Okay. So when I come to United States, the really heartbreaking thing for me that homeless people on the streets. So I want that, like all of us, all community in La Crosse, we can do more, and not also only women, all of us come together and give back to society. Okay. So this is important thing. I think we can learn from each other.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. And we are out of time, but we do want to mention quickly there's a menstrual product drive. So people just bring some products tomorrow to the event?
Yes, they do. And this is the second year that we are doing this. And last year it was very successful. So we are trying to provide these products to shelters, and also hopefully we have more than last time. And then we are adding also correctional facilities. We had also delivered them to schools, local schools in the area.
Okay, well, thank you both so much for being here. We'll have more information on our website. People can join via Zoom, so we'll have that link for them too. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for inviting us.
Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Brad Schimmel wants to take us back to an abortion ban from 1849, back to a ban with no exceptions, not for rape or even health of the mother. Brad Schimmel, too extreme for women, too extreme for the Supreme Court.
Protect your home with Tundra seamless gutters and gutter helmet from Asher Lasting Exteriors. Use promo code 20 and receive up to 20% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
The camper. It has been a reliable companion for your family's good times. But after years of use, it has shown some wear and tear. A broken window from an errant baseball, a couch that your dog allegedly chewed on, and an AC unit that doesn't work like it should. It's time to call Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. We have been improving your family's camper since 1970. Call us today and we will make your camper feel brand new. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you. So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Protect your home with Tundra seamless gutters and gutter helmet from Asher Lasting Exteriors. Use promo code 20 and receive up to 20% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com.
Brad Schimmel let thousands of rape kits sit untested for years.
While rapists walked free
and victims waited for justice.
Take it from a sheriff.
A sheriff.
A cop. Brad Schimmel's too extreme for the Supreme Court.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storm. The First Warn Weather Storm Runner. Only from News 8 Now. Expect more. First Warn Weather on News 8 Now.
Welcome back. It is 6:53. Time for your morning news now. A UWL student faces court on sexual assault charge today. 19-year-old Logan Zdanowicz is accused of assaulting an intoxicated woman in her dorm. The victim claims Zdanowicz mentioned roofie roulette before the alleged assault. Preliminary hearing is set for 11 a.m. in La Crosse County. Israel warned of further consequences after it stopped the entry of all goods and supplies into the Gaza Strip. The move is aimed at pressuring Hamas to accept a new proposal to extend the ceasefire in Gaza. It's not clear what the immediate impact of the aid cutoff would be. The Commerce Secretary telling Fox News new tariffs are on track to start around midnight tonight. He says a 10% hike on Chinese imports is on the table on top of last month's increase. Executive orders also call for tariffs on most Canadian and all Mexican imported goods worth more than $800. The Secretary says the percentages of those duties are unclear for now. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, meanwhile, said an economic deal with Ukraine is not currently on the table after the contentious Oval Office meeting between President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The Ukrainian president attended a London summit of European leaders over the weekend. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said a coalition of the willing would be assembled to defend Ukraine. Western Technical College waiving application fees this month. The school is dropping its standard $30 application fee as part of a special application drive. Western will also host several events throughout the month. Later today, the La Crosse Area Chamber of Commerce will celebrate local achievements. The annual meeting will honor community members' dedication to the area. Paul Mueller will receive the Community Impact Award. Deb Stengel will be honored as Volunteer of the Year.
If I can help other people, then it's more or as meaningful to me as a successful business.
My name is on the award, but to me it represents so many other people to whom I'm very grateful for having the opportunity to work and live in La Crosse.
The meeting starts at 5:30 tonight at the La Crosse Center.
Increasing rainfall continues to come into the forecast as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. Both days will be weather alert days. We'll also be seeing this rain and snow starting to continue to work its way across the region as it does going through Wednesday. We'll eventually see at least maybe 3 to 6 inches of possible rainfall in our forecast getting into the next couple of days. Today we have about 1 inch of rainfall in our forecast. 56 degrees expected today for your highs. Once again, alert days for Tuesday and Wednesday, a break on Thursday.
Thousands of Czechs braved frigid waters in a record attempt. More than 2,400 winter swimmers plunged into a chilly lake near the town of Most on Saturday. Participants stood in water along the shoreline for over a minute, while some bolder swimmers submerged themselves up to their necks. Despite air temperatures hovering around 39 degrees, one participant said everyone felt energized by the experience. The popular practice is believed to boost immune systems and improve blood circulation. Well, we don't need that. We just need to take a walk around our studio.
Exactly, yeah.
We get all the invigoration we need.
Right, with that wind chill that they had out there, it probably felt like it was in the 20s though.
Yeah, and they did it in La Crosse too. La Crosse Polar Plunge was this weekend, so
right.
Some brave souls out there. Thank you for starting your week with us. We will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your Monday.